As time goes on, more and more cars get added into GTA 5 that become lore-friendly versions of real-life cars that everyone knows and loves. And this is one car that just has not yet been added into GTA 5 until now with the power of mods, because we now have another Karin on our hands. It's another Toyota. It is, oh, if I could try not to crash, I could show you a non-crashed version of this car. Is this going to be amazing parking? No. It's this. The Karin Ariant, or like the Toyota Chaser of the GTA universe. And of course, it's in white because everyone loves a white Karin Ariant, of course. So let's just go ahead and park in this really strange car park that just seems to be full of pantos. That's weird. Let's just park up here and have a closer look at this awesome car, because there is also a lot of tuning parts for this. So let's get started. Okay, so everything opened up, and the first thing I notice is the pillarless doors. I am a huge fan of pillarless doors, and of course the Chaser in real life is a car that has pillarless doors, so that's a great addition. And actually a nice little detail that perhaps some people might have missed, that this is actually a car with pillarless doors. And I'm actually sad that I've never owned a car with pillarless doors. It's going to have to happen at some point, because they are my favorite type of door. I just, you know, doors that have the frames that go around the window, they're kind of just in the way and clunky. This is just really cool, in my opinion. So it's nice to see it on this door-friendly version. In the boot, there's nothing really there. It's just a box. And then on the engine bay, we've got our Karin engine placed longitudinally, as well as the 1JZ would be in the Chaser as well, so that all fits in rather nicely. Got our big air panel filter here and everything else. Pretty simple. But we've got some remnants of a 3D engine bay in there, which is nice, as you'd expect from a GTA car. On the interior, again, it's pretty simple. We've got our Karin steering wheel, got our dashboard that's taken out of a pre-existing car, I believe. I just don't really know which one. Although this shape, I don't actually recognise this shape. I don't know if this shape has been made specifically for this car, or whether this dashboard always has this shape and I've just never noticed it. But yeah, there we go. And then we have our seats in the back. Very, very basic. But again, it is, you know, done in the Rockstar fashion. But the real kicker for this car is in the tuning parts. Let's go to that to close everything down. Go to menus, customs, and let's have a closer look. So, to start off with, on the spoilers, we have the stock, which is the nothing. We have the primary lip spoiler, just a tiny little one. We also have that in secondary color and carbon fiber. Then we have the primary ducktail, which does look very nice. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Chaser with a ducktail, especially not one like this. It actually looks alright. It's not my favorite, I'll be honest, but it's not bad. We also have that in secondary and carbon. Then we have the primary drag spoiler. I'm not too sold on that one, I'll be honest. We also have that in the different color combinations. We have the primary flat spoiler. Chaser's a bit of a weird one with spoilers for me, that I'm really not sure which one to go for. We have those in the different colors as well. Then we have the drift spoiler. This one isn't too bad. It's a little wide, but there we go in the different combinations. And then we have the tuner spoiler in the different combinations, and then we have the large carbon and the track. Now, I've definitely seen some Chasers that have had spoilers like this one, but I've got to be honest, I don't have an eye for this sort of wing in a car. So I'm not entirely sure if I like how that looks. The weird thing is, sometimes I can see a car that's got a wing like this, and I'll go, yeah, that works. But then if I was to try and do it myself, I just couldn't see it. So I think I might actually go for the ducktail on this one, even though I'm not completely sure. It's different and interesting, so I'm going to give it a bash. On the front bumper, we have the options of the stock. We have the remove bumper option. We have the extended bumper. How does that compare? It's just got a little bit down the bottom. Then we have the X-Flow bumper Mark 1, which sounds like a San Andreas car part and looks like one as well. And then we have that. Yeah, that does look very San Andreas-y to me. We also have the alien bump, which just adds a little bit more. I think for the whole drift look with that sort of like bottom bit, I think the alien bumper looks pretty good. We'll go for a nice drift thing. Here's the other thing, and this will sound weird for me as a owner of an Evo, which is a 4-door car, Four-door cars that have kits are very hit and miss for me, but I think the Chaser is one of those that it really works. I don't know what it is. It's just that typical style drift style kit that you can get for the Chasers. They just work for me. Then on the back here, we actually have the stock. Then we have the X-Flow Bumper Mark 1. We have the Mark 2. Not too sure on that one. And then we have Alien Bumper Mark 1 and Mark 2. I'm going to go for that Mark 1 again because I think that this style drift kit just looks really awesome on these. Then on the skirts, I guess we'll just go for the matching one, which would be this one. We also have that Mark II one. I'm just going to go for that. Get the full kit going. It does seem to be a slightly lighter shade. I don't know if it just doesn't have the texture that matches the car. But it's just white. I'm not too sure why that is so white. Hopefully the colours will blend when we change the colour. I guess white might not work for this one. Then on the exhausts, we have the options of the stock. Then we have the titanium versions, the chrome extended, titanium extended, the chrome tuner. I just want to go for something big on this. The chrome blast pipes. There we go. The cannon. Right there. The chrome cannon. That's it. It does look a little odd because that cutout is quite thin and shallow. But yeah, I think that'll work. Actually, to be honest, it's a little too big. And I say this as someone who has an absolutely stupidly large exhaust on his car in real life. I might actually just go for the chrome blast pipes then because I think they look pretty sweet. Then on the chassis for the roll cage options, we just have the one style in 3 different colours. So we have the primary, secondary and carbon. Oh, actually just black, actually not carbon. Yeah, I think we'll go for that in the primary colour. I think that'll match quite nicely. Then on the grille, we have the secondary colour grille surround as well as the primary colour on the stock. We have the carbon grille surround, and then we also have the complete grille cover, which I'm not really feeling. Kind of a weird look. I think I might keep that one stock. Then on the hood, we have the option to remove hood completely. We have the secondary hood, we have the carbon hood, we have the primary vented hood. I do like that. I do like that. I think I'll go for that in the primary colour. On the fenders, we have secondary colour mirrors, or stock is primary. Then we have the secondary, then we have the carbon. And we also have the smaller racing mirrors. I think they look kind of odd on this, just because of how big the car is. The scale doesn't seem right. But I'll make these ones carbon just to mix it up. Why not? Then we also have options for a roof spoiler as well. Okay, so we have the primary roof spoiler. That's not so bad. I quite like that. We also have that in secondary and carbon. And then we have the extended. Ooh, actually that extended goes really nicely with the ducktail. And I think I'll keep that to primary colour as well. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that little flariness that's going off on the wing, going off at the back of the boot and at the top of the rear window there. That looks nice. And then we also have the secondary colour roof, carbon roof, or primary roof. I'm going to keep that primary colour. I just like these being generally all one colour. Then we'll upgrade everything just to make it nice and fast. The suspension can really slam this down. Also gives it a little bit of camber, I've noticed. Goes down a little bit more. Camber adds more and more as you get down. Yeah, okay. I think we'll slam this just because this is going to be a drifty style one. So we'll do that. And there's nothing on the extras. We'll add a turbo. And as much as everyone loves a white Ariant, I will change to a different colour just because I want to see how this kit looks, because the shading's a bit off. Yeah, it's definitely lighter. If you look through, every colour seems to have it lighter. I think some of the richer colours, like the reds, actually you do notice it. Is it not just a shade thing? Shall I move the car? Oh, this. Oh. 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 Can you hear that? There's a little bit of turbo spooling there. Was that sound there originally? I don't remember that sound being there originally. If we get rid of the turbo. Oh. This has got like a whole new turbo sound to it. Okay, well, I'm going to teach you guys with that one. I'm not actually going to go full revs just yet. But yeah, that kit just seems to look a little lighter to me. I don't know if it's just because of the angle of it or something. But yeah, it is sort of... I've noticed it and now I can't unsee it. But I think that the richer colours work for this one. Actually, the darker colours still look alright, actually. But I did want to go for something a bit sort of crazy looking, as I did wanted this to be like a Larry drift car. Actually, I'm going to go for metallic, because I'm kind of thinking metallic brown on a Chaser. Yeah, something like Beechwood brown. or chocolate brown? Yeah, let's go for chocolate brown and with a pearlescent gold. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. That is a really solid colour for a classy build, I think. Right, now before we get to the wheels, I've done this the opposite way because there's actually loads of little details. I thought I'd leave them till last this time. Normally I'd check them out first. So we have the plate holder. That's going to be a dash-mounted front plate. We'll add that because that sort of adds to the aesthetic. On the trim, we have some stickers. This is going to be on the dashboard, okay, just like it did on the Sigma. We'll have the Bayshore one again. Why not? That's the classier one. We also have a lot of options for the seats. Let's just try and get a better camera view. There we go. So here are the different seat combinations. They actually do have some different backs on them as well. And then going all the way through to the carbon race seats, which are the ones I usually pick, but I'm not going to pick those today. I'm thinking carbon bucket seats. There you go, right there with the red straps. Look really nice. It'd be nice if we could have had ballistic with the red straps, actually. Because I'm kind of not really into the green on them. Then on the steering wheel, we have the options of the stock. We have the Formula Basic, just a nice basic 3-spoke. The Sprint Basic, the Sprint Mark II, and in the Sprint Lightweight, I'm just going to go for the Sprint Basic, a nice dished wheel. Very similar to the one I've got in my car, actually. Then on the trunk lid, we have the secondary colour and the carbon. I'm just going to go for stock. On the engine block, ooh, okay, right. Let's hide the hood for a minute then. So we have the primary cylinder head cover. Oh, that is nice. We also have that in secondary. We have the custom twin turbo setup. We've got to go for that. And in the primary colour as well. That is nice. I mean, we could go for a complementary colour and just like go for something different on that. Actually, I want to do that. Let's go for primary, secondary colour. And let's just run through these and see if I can find something that just looks good. Okay, so going through these, there are some interesting ones here. I mean, I am partial to a nice purple engine bay, but I think with this particular colour of car, that might not work. Although that does look pretty solid. So yeah, I actually think on that one, I really like the classiness of just having the primary colour car, or the just the car colour in general, just on the cover as well. I think that looks really classy. We also have, oh, this is going to be some boost upgrades, nothing visual that you can see. And then we also have some options for eyelids for the lights in secondary colour and carbon. They're not too bad, actually. I'm actually going to go for those. Yeah, I'm actually feeling something a little different on the lights. And this does actually look quite nice if we just had this with the bonnet off. But I am going to put it back on for the primary vented hood just because I think it looks nice and classy. Right, let's pick some wheels. For these, I just want to go like low profile tyre, wide, dished, this. Perfect. Done. That's done. And then with V-Stancer, I mean, the size of the wheels and everything is pretty much perfect. I just want to bring them out a little bit. And a bit of camber so that I can poke them out a bit better without sort of getting too stuck into the arches. We'll just get that down. Oh, we can't really get it down that much. We're actually getting very close to the bottom. Okay. So I'll keep it like that so it's not sticking through the bodywork. And then on the front, I actually want to go with a lot of camber on the front of this just to make it a bit more like a drift car. There might be a little bit too much camber. No, that's all right. That's all right. I just feel like when we've got that camber like that, this just doesn't look right. But I'm not entirely sure if we should add more camber to the rear or less. It's hard to say. Yep, there we go. I really want to hear how this engine sounds, actually. Because we've got that whoop sound. Whoop. Okay, here we go. That sounds good. That sounds good. I don't think I've actually heard that whooshing from another car. Is that actually just for this car? It's so super extra whooshy. I love that. And I would try drifting, but I've got to be honest, I'm not very good at drifting, especially with a keyboard. That's not really my thing. Perhaps some donuts, maybe? But yeah, normal drifting doesn't really just work with my hands and keyboards. But there we go. That is a pretty solid looking chaser right there. And what's actually bugging me is I feel like I've seen a chaser in this color before somewhere, but I can't for the life of me remember where. So if that is actually based on someone's car, please let me know, because I've clearly forgotten. Right, I'm going to do one more quick build, although I think this is so perfect that I really don't want to ruin it by doing anything too crazy. So I'm just going to do a quick build. and then finish the video. So let's go with the next build. And here is the interesting second build. So what I did was I decided to keep the drift style kit on the rear and the side, but then on the front I've gone full stripped out. I've taken off the front bumper, I've taken off the bonnet, I've gone for this engine bay, and then I've done the paint in just a red oxide, like a matte red oxide, just a cheap sort of colourful paint. And I've gone for some big camber on the wheels. I've gone for steel wheels as well because I kind of like the rattiness of it. And then I just went for this rear spoiler and a big exhaust. And I just wanted to make this a sort of like a bit of like a drift pig, but obviously still a chaser and still really nice. I also went for that blank on the front grille. It's kind of weird, but I mean, if I kind of make it think it's a little bit less like a chaser, because I mean, I like the fact that it has a grille on it. It's quite an interesting look. It's not so bad. I think it looks alright. It's not too bad in the end. So actually, I would like you guys to let me know what you think in the comment section below. Which one of these builds do you like? This nice, smooth one right here, all in the brown with the gold flip, or this red oxide ratty style one? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And actually, if you have got all the way to the end of this video, you can say Rockford Hills in the comment section below, just to let me know that you watched the whole thing. But there you go. That is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.